morning, good afternoon, good evening, whatever and whenever you might be seeing this. Welcome back to Arike's Corner. Yes, I am Oluwashim Precious. I know it's been a while. I am sorry, and that is why today I'm here with something very interesting, something you want to hear. Yes, regardless of your gender, you need to hear this to make up for the whole absence, And guess what? I have two amazing women, as you can see, beautiful, elegant. Let me swallow it. Don't worry, you're going to get the gist when they unleash this particular topic. All right, I'll be right back. Talk to me nice. Talk to me. Okay, welcome back. Yes, it's still Arike's Corner, and let's meet our guest. I have a very amazing CJ.
Thank you, Precious. It's such an honor to be here with you to talk, to gist. Yeah, so thank you.
At the blush. Good. Oh. And also, I have a very beautiful Precious.
My namesake. Thank you for having me.
Precious, introducing Precious.
Yeah, I'm so happy to be here.
Don't worry. See, we are not doing the whole chief executive, director, ambassador. They are great women. Trust me, they are great women. Anytime we are here. We know they play for this place. Alright, so I want to talk about something very important. And today, I have those two amazing women to help me on Torchlight, on this topic. Crossroads, navigating career versus marriage for women. Yes, for women, but then it's for all genders because we can't do it alone. Marriage is involved now. Alright, so I have the very amazing CJ and Precious to help me talk about this very controversial and interesting topic. Let's just get into it, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so I want to ask CJ a question.
Why don't you ask Precious? Why CJ?
Let's ask you.
Let's me.
Okay. Let me see.
Let's meet an analytical.
CJ first, please.
Rock, paper, scissors.
No, alphabetically, C comes before P.
So
you see?
Okay.
All right, CJ, the very first question,
Okay.
and I know you have the question, so I'm asking this question on behalf of you. How have societal stereotypes about women and their roles in marriage versus career changed over the years?
I think that's a very interesting question, and I think everybody can relate. So we all know the stereotype. The stereotype is the man goes to work and the woman stays at home to take care of the children. However, over time, whether it's because of economic reasons or women started realizing that they can do better, they can do much more. They actually have a brain. They have, they have the capacity to do so much more. We found women wanting to not just stay at home alone. They started desiring to go out there to explore the world, to explore their gifting. So what has happened over time is that we have more women who are taking on more responsibilities outside. We have more women who are chasing their career goals, who are in the corporate world, in politics. However, the gender stereotype has not really changed necessarily, because even though the woman is stepping out and she's saying I have a career, but the general expectation is that what she used to do, she is still expected to do. So you find that what has changed is that society has accepted that a woman can work, a woman can chase a career or pursue a career. But what has not really changed is the expectation that the woman will still take care of the kids, the woman will still tend the home, the woman will still nurture and build the home. So what you will not realize is that women are now under more pressure. The expectation is now more. So there is the pull from career, there's the pull from, there's so much more I can do, but there is also the burden of the expectation to build a home, to have children, to get married, and not just to, tick it as something that you need to do, but to also nurture the home, to stay with the kids, to build them up. So there's the twofold expectation that a woman in this generation now has.
Honestly, it sounded like a whole lot.
Yes.
I have a question for you, Precious. But before then, I want to ask you another question.
Okay.
Okay, and this is, you see why it's good to start with CJ?
Yeah.
The spirit is leading me.
I'm telling you.
So my next question, please. Can you share some personal experiences or stories where you had to break stereotypes in your personal or professional life?
Did I break a stereotype? I broke myself.
That's deep. Oh.
That's a lot.
Because what you realize, for me, what happened was after I had the fear. I didn't want to get married. Because I remember I come from a broken home.
Okay.
So my mom left my dad at a certain time, and there's something that she used to tell me and tell all of us is that marriage took away my dreams. So my mom studied nursing, and then after she got married, she left Benin City, she went to the east, and then she was with my father, had 4 kids and all of that, and stopped her career. So it was after many years that she finally, went back to start working. And then when she left the marriage and came back to Benin City, she went back to UBTH to work. But she started at the level she left when she married and left Benin, right? So all the people that were on that journey with her had become chief matrons, and she was just at that entry level. So she always say marriage took away my dreams, marriage took away. So I had that fear that, okay, if I get married, it means, your dreams and everything will stop,
stand still.
So I had that fear going into marriage. So when I got married, what then happened was the first time I had a pregnancy scare, I was like, Jesus.
Hey, it don't happen.
It don't happen.
Hey.
What will happen to my career? What will happen to masters? What will happen to all of that? So with that fear, I went to BIU and I took a form and was like, I'm going to start my masters now.
Wow.
And it turned out I was actually pregnant. But what happened was I did the masters with my pregnancy, so I was heavy, and I did that 3-year course.
Wow.
If I became 5 years, because I had to, going to class,
It was slow.
It was slow. The journey was slower. The journey of course the journey was slower. So it was me that took the brunt. It was me saying I want to still pursue my career. I want to still do that. But then the responsibility was still there. I was still going to carry that baby. I was still going to, go through maternity leave. So I had to do that side by side. So the speed wasn't as much, it's like you're carrying a load and you're doing something at the same time. Now, of course, I love my kids. So calling it a load is the reality because it is responsibility.
Yes, it is.
So what broke was me. It wasn't a stereotype. But it was recognizing that this is important to me and this is as well. So I would take on that load. So it was my sleep, it was me, it was the strain was on me.
Wow.
And of course I know that a lot of people have broken stereotypes, but for me, from my experience, it was me.
I don't know if I can say this, but CJ, I am proud of you. Because regardless, you earned the degree, and the career is.
I'm proud of you too. I
Honestly.
think that just to add to what you said, we need to see more people like you who can share their stories and tell us how they were able to navigate marriage and career. Because the fear is there.
Yes.
The fear is there. I'm still healing from that fear. Because when I was in my 30s, one of the things that that really slowed me down was you have to get married. If you don't get married now, we know you. You don't want to get married. You don't want to settle down. You don't want to be with anyone. So I had to put my career on hold to be in a relationship that broke me because I hadn't found myself before I went into that relationship. So coming out of that relationship for me was a struggle because I'm like, it was a fight between satisfying the society's expectation of staying in a relationship and saying, no, you know what, I'm chasing my career. So I'm happy that we have mentors like you who have done it.
Precious, you've actually answered the question I wanted to ask you. I was going to ask you that from your perspective, what are the most common challenges women face when choosing between career advancement and marriage? Because whether you like it or not, you get to that point in your life where you have to choose. The moment you enter NYC, but the youth system, they ask you,
when are you going to get
the
married?
pressure just
The moment you are, clocking some a certain age, you have biological clock. Who is I don't know the wine that clocks it. Yeah?
we
Well,
are the ones who judge.
biology and society.
Honestly.
Yeah.
So please, can you, tell us
there's
more about it? Common
time.
challenges and all that women face between career advancement and marriage. Because CJ has done it,
Yeah.
but we have capacities, we have capabilities. Not everyone, not because they don't want to do it, but I think some people might not have the capacity to bear that brunt.
I think that the biggest challenge that I have faced personally is challenging my own fear. Because fear is an illusion.
Yes, it is.
By the time you face the fear head on, you realize that I was just standing in my own way.
Right.
You understand? I was just standing in my own way. So just like she said, we need to get to a point where we're able to decide for ourselves what is important. So put aside the fear, put aside the expectation that society has on us. You're doing this for you. You're not doing it for the society, you're not doing it for your family, you're not doing it for anyone, but for yourself. So realizing that the fear is you making a decision to be afraid can help us navigate this challenge. Because I think that was one of the things I had to do, face my fear and tell myself, okay, how do I choose between really focusing on my career and telling myself that I want to get married for society. So finding ourselves first is important because you can't put your best foot forward when you don't know who you are.
True. Yes.
That's true. Know who you are, understand that you're doing it for you. If it's career you want to go for, decide that it's career I want to go for. If you want to get married, understand that marriage is something on its own. Some of us are, for lack of a better word, we feel like failures when we are married and our career is on hold.
Yes,
It's on us to decide that marriage in itself,
it's something,
can be a life's purpose.
It is.
You can
For
decide
some,
that,
yes,
you know what,
yes.
getting married,
fulfilling.
I am
Yes.
satisfied that I'm married. This is what I want. And then
Are
if
you
you want,
fulfilled?
if you want career, you can decide for yourself that career is
Career is what
icing
I
on the
want.
cake.
Or-
But then when we allow ourselves to be under that pressure of I want career and I want this, not for the right reasons, that can put us under a lot of pressure. So we need to be looking at your life like true.
Okay.
And I think
all right,
to add to that,
Okay.
for me, it's even a deeper question of must we choose?
Yeah.
Because must I have to choose? Is there actually that? Does it have to be one or the other? Which is why I said for me it broke me because I did not want to have to choose.
You want to have both.
I want to have both, and I can have both.
Yes,
it will
you
mean
can.
maybe less sleep.
Yeah.
It will mean maybe being deliberate about the choice of a partner.
Yes.
Because at that point, that person can recognize that, this load is not hers to carry alone. It becomes easier for you to navigate that journey. But like Precious has said, knowing what is important to you. If family is what is important to you, then
Go for it.
If it is career, then go for
Go
it.
for
If
it. And it is both.
Yeah.
you don't have to choose.
Yeah.
You just
You don't
simply have to be very, very sensitive in choosing the person you
You end
go
up
on
with-
that journey with.
No, okay, now that we've entered the marriage part of this, I did not tell you, CJ is happily married. I give it to you. Happily married. PJ, shout out to you.
Yeah, so the other day, let me gossip. The other day I was in his office and he told me, let's wrap up, I need to go and pick up my
Ah.
God way.
Just
God
like
way.
That's like a typical example of the support we're talking about because it's in our home it's your responsibility.
Yeah.
It's more like it is our responsibility. So in the pursuit for career fulfillment, both of us give and take. I give 100, he gives 100. So sometimes it does go wrong. And then when, we usually have this conversation, what's your day going to be like? What's your week going to be like? So there are times when it's going to be heavy on me and he's happy to take on that responsibility.
No marry nonsense.
And then when it is, when we have those conversations and I know, okay, PJ is stressed, I take on the responsibility. So that stereotype that it must be in this box and whether that box is dying, that's the problem. But embracing the flexibility and knowing that's why getting the right partner is then important.
Yeah.
So shout out to husbands that do school run, that babysit,
Yeah.
that would carry the kids and do the needful for their wives to read, for their wives to go on a trip, for their wives to take a course. Well, no shout out to the people who feel you have to choose.
Okay, I have a question, CJ. I will ask you, but not now.
Ask Precious.
No, see this one.
Precious is a certified counselor.
I know,
Ask
right?
Precious.
I know. An ambassador.
Oh my
I know
God.
she is. I know she is.
UN. United Nations.
my
She's not
goodness.
small. She's not small. I know she is. You know, I told you, great women. But the question is, how do you undo, or how can you advise people undo conflicts? You know, that arise from career demands and relationship expectations.
You know, Precious answered in the beginning. You know, when she said self-awareness is really important and value. Because honestly, you know, there was someone that I respect so much said something to me. She said, you know, you can do everything you want to do, but you may not be able to do it all at the same time, because there is the finiteness of time. You know, everybody has 24 hours, and
Yes.
you know, that's where planning, prioritizing comes
in. Yeah.
So there's going to be that time where you have to look at all the things on your table and decide which one is more important. First, you have to make that decision, and then when the conflict comes, you know what is easier to give, because the priority has been defined.
Yes.
So recognizing what is really important to you. There was a time when career was important to me. Like before I took in, at that point I knew I was not going to negotiate. Now I may not be able to put a pause on when baby will come or say baby don't come, but I knew that at that point I chose career, and I said come rain or high water I would, you know, I would take this course and I would start this journey. And if there was going to be conflict at that point, I'm sure I was going to be willing to have that conversation to say I choose career now. You know, so I think, you know, that self-awareness comes in is important. When
Yes,
you've
it
won the
is.
battle in your head and you know what is important,
Yes.
then it's easier for you to communicate that same value to the person that is involved, or the stakeholders that are involved in that decision making, where the conflicts will come. I can now communicate better to say this is why I'm choosing this and this is why it's important, and I'm not willing to give or shift ground.
See as response they come. I
Exactly.
know you are getting blessed. Okay, I have two questions. Two for you, two for you. So
Precious.
yes, of course I'm going to Precious. Precious,
Yes,
as a
sir.
certified, you know, counselor that you are, what role does mentorship play in helping women navigate career and marriage decisions?
That's a thesis
So,
question.
you know, but we have a mentor.
Yes, we do.
So we need role models, and mentorship for me is somebody holding your hand and saying, you know what, I have walked this road. You don't need to pack your head and do all the thinking.
Yes.
Because I have walked on this road, let me hold your hand.
Soft landing.
You understand? So for women, for instance, who are afraid of getting married, who don't know what to choose between career and marriage, mentors like CJ would be perfect for them, because with a mentor, you don't have to carry the load alone. So mentorship is important because one of the things that we lack in our society is friendships, community, a place where you can let your head down and feel like, you know, I don't have to carry all the load. So mentorship helps you not feel alone in a world that constantly, you know, emphasizes loneliness. You understand? So mentorship is good, like I said, because you don't feel alone.
Yes.
You know, we need to seek mentors who want to hold our hands, and it's our job as women, even as men, to find people who are walking the road we want to walk on. So I hope I've answered your question.
Yes, you have, and I have one more question for you.
Okay, precious.
Okay, you know, as an you head ambassador,
Hey.
can you discuss any programs or initiatives, you know, that effectively support women in balancing career and marriage? Oh, it's not just women that she does. Oh,
Hey.
SDG advocate. Please bring it on now.
So since you're talking about UN and talking about SDG, as a United Nations or Sustainable Development Goals ambassador or advocate, one of the things I know is, or I'm familiar with, is the United Nations agenda on gender equality.
Okay.
So gender equality affects everyone.
Yes, it
Affects
does.
all of us. And when you talk about gender equality, it covers most of the issues that we have in our society. So there are also faith-based organizations like the one that we all belong to.
Yes.
So where
My church.
and faith-based, you have faith-based organizations all over the
Everywhere.
place,
Yes,
everywhere. So we don't need to go so far away to find these initiatives you're talking about.
Yeah.
So even in your faith-based organizations, even in your local government, if you live in Benin now, when I was in Lagos, I have Edo State Union.
Yes,
You
yes.
understand?
It's everywhere, everywhere.
There are associations, there are communities that you can join where you don't have to be alone.
Yes.
You understand? So let's not start talking about initiatives that
International.
are let's talk about
Hanging
the
in
ones
the
that are around us. The ones that are around
You see, in a
us.
nutshell, Precious is saying never walk alone. I'm not throwing shades, I'm just,
Don't walk alone.
I'm just putting
find
that out.
find communities around you.
Around you. It's
That
very
work
important
out
to
with.
find communities around you.
Yeah.
Sige, I want to ask you this question because I want you to, share with us from your bank of experience.
It's really a bank.
Precious, you can say that again.
Says the one with the gray hair.
Oh, really? So, what strategies do you use to maintain a work-life balance, and how effective have they been?
I like what you said about effective. So I'm laughing in Chinese because I have someone that I really respect, and she says, you can do everything you want to do, but you can't do it all at the same time.
Yes. Because
we have 24 hours, and there's the finiteness of the time limits that we have, and even as human beings, there can only be one Precious, and Precious can only be in one place at a time.
Yes.
So that's why goal setting became a thing, because I need to know, I need to time box, I need to know what I need to do at a particular time. So Precious gave us the answer in the beginning. Self-awareness is important. Understanding your values is important. Having clarity about what you should be doing and what is important. Because these are the three things that will now define what you want to use your 24 hours to do. And then for you to be able to do it and not feel like you are shortchanging your destiny, your purpose or anything. So you must first understand self, know yourself, know what is important to you, and then understand clarity. What should I be doing now? When it is clear for you, when you wake up in the morning, you will know what you should do, devote your time
and
to.
how you should balance it.
And then how you should balance it. So for someone who then has a family and who has a career, you then recognize that there are some things you cannot change.
Yes.
You will wake up, you will bathe, you will eat. Your children will do that. They will go to school, right? And then you have to go to work. Then you will now create structures for those things to run sustainably. And then the remaining time that you have, you're not doing decision making in the morning to say, okay, what are we eating? How do we bathe? You create structures for those things that are recurrent. Then the time allocated for you have work to do, you go to work. I don't know if that helps.
Yes.
But you create structures for sustainable structures for the things that are recurrent,
like constant.
And then the remaining time, it is for you to now allocate to the things that are important to you. Is it career development? Is it a course? Is it work that you're working? You now allocate the time for those things. And inside there, you must allocate time for family, because these people are important to you.
Yes.
So for me as a person, I am highly scheduled or scheduled. That's the word. So every day is almost a routine, and then you create a structure for the things that are recurrent, so that you're not making that decision every time, right? And then a typical example is, I'm here right now because I knew I was going to come here. My husband knows that I am here. From in the morning, I knew what will happen to the kids when they come back, how they'll be picked up, what will happen to them. I created a structure for that, what they will eat, what my husband will eat, so that being here doesn't shortchange that. And then everybody is happy, everybody is okay. But it's about planning. It's about first identifying what is important and creating a plan for it and allocating resources to it. The resources you're allocating is time. If it is, I need someone else to help me do this. But you must identify what then how and when, and then create a structure for it.
Precious.
So it starts from Precious answer. Know what is important.
Precious.
But she does clarity sessions.
No, this is one.
No, yeah, I'm saying, you know, so she's skilled at what she does.
Honestly, Precious, when CJ he said, I know what my husband, the way my husband, oh God, she not go marry like this.
Go marry.
Oh,
marry.
now say what's up.
Now work, but with the right person.
So no marry nonsense.
All of these crises and this career and everything that we're saying, and choosing and all that. The person you do it with is the biggest decision. Because when you do it with the right person, it's less. In fact, it is no longer your burden alone. It is two people. One will chase 1,000, two will chase 10,000.
Reverend Shizo.
Grandma.
God bless you, Mama. All right, I have a question for both of you.
Okay.
I want to hear both of your beautiful perspectives about this. Okay, so how do women redefine success, both personally and professionally? Like, what steps can women take to redefine success, professionally and personally? You have the floor, please. You have the floor, right? Please, who's going? Who's going? All right, Precious. Bring it in.
So, like I would always say, self-awareness is important. So you see, we cannot define success through the eyes of anyone else but ourselves.
Yes.
So what success might mean to me, it might not be what success means to her.
Yeah.
So we first need to sit with ourselves and understand what our unique needs are and define success for ourselves.
Yeah.
You understand? So a few weeks ago, someone looked at me and said to me that if she had my life, she'd be depressed.
Ooh.
Yeah. you can imagine.
Really?
So, but I didn't take
and
it
you're such
personally.
a bundle of life and joy.
I didn't take it personally, but then when I start to understand what she meant, she's married, she has kids, she's the standard of what society defines
as a woman
successful. You understand? She has her career going for her, and she's like, you're not married and you're happy. What's going on? So, but anyone who knows me knows that this is the happiest I've ever been in my life.
So you are.
You understand? So if you look at how I was maybe 6 or 4 years ago, in fact just 2-3 years ago, and who I am now, you'd be like, wow, you should be happy. So I feel successful. The things that society feels should make me successful, those things, if I had them now, maybe I'd have been happy too, but I feel so successful. So regardless of what the expectations are, I feel successful. So we need to understand what success means to us uniquely. Whether it's career, whether it's marriage, relationship, we need to decide for ourselves what success means to us. When you know what success means, it doesn't matter how anyone perceives your life.
You'll be fulfilled.
You feel fulfilled. So I hope I answered.
Yes. I mean, you gave the answer. There's not much to say again.
Oh my goodness. I'm sure you're enjoying your time as much as I have with those amazing women. And I am so excited and so grateful to have you both on Arike's Corner. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
For your time, for coming.
I'm so happy. I have a mentor now.
Oh, me, I have mentors.
Anybody will check me now. Say, CJ, what do you think? What do you think?
Yes. And I'll do it for you because I love you. You are too valuable. You're a bundle of so much. You can't cast pearls to swine. You're that valued pearl that can't be casted to.
Thank you.
No, look at my life. Just look at my life. I have CJ, I have Precious. Am I not blessed?
Yes, you are blessed.
You are blessed.
Thank you so much for coming, CJ. Thank you for coming, Precious. This is that safe corner. That is for you, the very safe corner. Just come in. We the chief cornerstone. Sorry, we the chief cornerstone. I hope we have been able to, on flashlight, on this particular crossroad, navigating career and marriage. See you in the next episode. Don't worry, you. The next topic, my next guest. Watch out.
Bye.
Bye.